Well, as I was saying, the gameplay has changed drastically. The sound mixing is also all means crazy, and I kind of feel like I should go and change it. But considering Geralt's voice acting is way lower volume than the rest of it, I fear it won't really help much. A light attack and a heavy attack. Now we've got a teeny tiny roll that doesn't really do much. And the music is deafening me. Current attack is signed by pressing Q. Cheeky. Do that, he falls over.
Stand your ground!
Well, we'll use the sign, we'll do less damage because we're fatigued from lack of endurance.
Blow the lily!
See, light is no longer a wave, it's a single target effect. And we are way weaker than we were at the end of the first game. Maybe even weaker than we were at the start of the first game. We can't hit more than one person at a time because we have no group start. And our roll is practically useless. It can get upgraded though, but oh, this guy is stunned, meaning we can get a finish off on him. Which no longer leaves us vulnerable.
Stand your ground!
Can also do a block. That won't do much at the moment because we don't have the repulse ability. And we'll take the same amount of stamina as a sign use, and we'll then negate all damage. All the sounds are really loud. Might not be an issue for you, dear viewer, because I've sort of, just in the first Let's Play, I've lowered the volume slightly to game footage, or system footage compared to my microphone. Just ensuring that I wouldn't need to be yelling. I kind of like to hear myself speak, being the megalomaniac that I am. So the art is good for getting a stun, and then getting an execution off. So that makes short work of the enemies, just like the first game. And due to the gameplay style difference, the enemies' numbers are also different. And this initial bit here, before the Enhanced Edition, and maybe before some patches, I can't remember if they patched it before the Enhanced Edition or not, it was a lot tougher because the enemies were stronger and you were still equipped with, well, nothing. And due to the way the stamina management works in this game, you're not really encouraged to mix and match.
Stand your ground!
Because you want to have your full damage from using having the stamina.
Blow the lilies!
Still want to use your science for a teeny tiny bit of utility. And we also have Ard, Igni, Quen and Axie, just like we used to. At the moment though, we're sticking with Axie for just the ease of use. And we can launch the bolt. And you can say that it's poetry.
Storm the tower! The gods are with us!
Now the first game starts with defending a keep, Calmorhen, and this game starts with attacking a castle, the Lavalette Castle. The first one is all personally driven, and this here is just a mess. With that I mean that the fighting is not necessarily a mess, but for Geralt, he's got no reason to be here and killing all his people. These people have not personally wronged him. He has no personal stake in this other than just getting away from Foltest. Foltest on his court. So if we get hit from behind, we take more damage. The same goes to the enemies though. Now I'm clear to sick memories, and maybe I'll just become better at video games. You just played on hard difficulties within I can remember for the gameplay. Remember these enemies actually posing somewhat of a threat and not just standing around blindly. It's worth money, so we'll pick it up for that. Necessary weapon of how you fight, you just press the buttons and you fight. Foltest himself is fighting without shield. That's interesting. He's just running off, let's let him do that. Go up and take out these. Just the experience points. And so I can showcase this. You can use our enemies near ledges, at least human enemies, to throw them away. So I can't remember if enemies themselves give any experiences in this game. That's in the first game. Armor enhancement, this item to enhance, so you can act as an inventory. +1 armor and more resistance to bleeding. Sure, let's upgrade our item with that. So now we have 8 armor and some more bleeding resistance. That means that our Raven's armor can last us quite a while.
The door! Smash the door! Axemen, give me splinters!
So quick saving is not obstructive because it's just game saving. Whereas in the first game it will just be like manually saving. Run through, we can. So log on to a target, and we have no reason to do that at all. Now the astute viewer might notice that I could just be using a spike to negate all damage. But I don't want to cheat in games that way unless absolutely necessary, so I make it a matter of principle not to use the Quentin. Even if we are taking damage. The art can also be blocked by allied NPCs standing in the way. Armor enhancement. This +1 armor. That's a bit weak. I don't think we should spend one of our limited upgrade slots on that.
Desist! Or be put down like the rabid dogs you are!
Aryan Lavalette. This will be no easy task.
Surrender, Aryan! You'll be treated with honor! Go plow yourself, King! Bury them in arrows! Come on, men! For Temeria!
They're well shielded.
You got a better idea?
I'll try to get inside. It shouldn't be hard if the archers provide cover.
That's the son of Louisa and the old Baron, heir to these lands. He's hot-tempered but good with a sword. Be careful.
I'll try to reason with him.
Cover the Witcher!
Level up. Hold up, we're going to press C for character. So this magic, which is locked. We've got alchemy, that's also locked, and swordsmanship, that's also locked. Kind of up in Witcher training path. Get more health, more vigor regeneration outside of combat, or the ability to throw daggers. Now, I can't remember. You can see that there's actually 2 levels to vigor regeneration. I can't remember if it's this one or this one that gives another level of, vigor or stamina. So I'm going to quickly check it up on the internet. Vigor regeneration, Witcher 2. It's actually what? Okay, so that the only thing this one does is for inside combat. You can also get it to give some of it parallels in all directions. These are mostly good. Current Witcher 2 character development. Now this is me outing myself as a massive pleb, but so be it. The first game is just obscuring what things mean. Yeah. So yeah, no, we will want some more health. That just gives more health. But this one here, you might 10% stamina regen in combat, that's nothing. But when the next level is, you gain 1 more of it, that's really useful. But we need to reach the top of here, I think it is, before we get to go into any of this. Oop, sort of a tutorial on leveling up. The thing that many people dislike, myself kinda included, because it's just weird. So the first game has you leveling with all kinds of weird stuff.
For the Baroness!
At the same time, you will, in your first level up, be putting stuff into things you think are important. So we could just level up wherever we wanted. If we were playing on hard mode, we would have to sit down and meditate to be able to level up. I really think they should have kept that mechanic just all the way through for the sake of it. But at the same time, it's not a money to do. Now, this game does have a lot of gameplay mechanics and features that make it very clear that it was indeed made in 2011. A lot of these mechanics...
Geralt of Rivia. You've fallen low, Witcher. Word has it you're one of the best swordsmen in the north. Time to test that rumor.
Saying, a lot of these ideas from 2011, they are gone from video games now, with good reason. As you wish, surrender and save your men. Yeah.
Enough slaughter. Surrender and Foltest will treat you and your men with honor. And what guarantee is there that he'll not cut us down to the last? None. Foltest defiled my mother. Now he colludes with Nilfgaard. The king leads an army. You have but a few brave men in your honor. In a minute you may lose even those. Choose. Hear that, men! The king sends a witcher and we are to surrender, forgetting the very nature of honor and pride. We must choose. Shame or a witcher's sword? Is that how you would live? Will you bow your heads before Foltest?
Never!
You heard them, Witcher.
Drop your weapon, fool. Let's settle this between us, as you wish. Now, we're no hitman. Neither is Geralt. Geralt is a monster slayer, and the only political thing Geralt dislikes is politics and Nilfgaard. And the only political things he likes is not getting involved in politics, rather politics not bothering him in the slightest, and that's about it. Meaning, should we be politicking by getting this guy to surrender too? It's better than having his blood on our sword. So let's ask him to drop his weapon and call him a fool.
Don't be a fool. This is no game. Your men don't need to die. Surrender, and the king will show mercy. My mother has seen enough of this king's mercy. What'll you do? Throw yourself on my sword? Run? He made mother a harlot, then denied her before all the realm. True enough. But no massacre, no misguided heroism will change that. Drop your weapons. Should anything happen to my mother, I shall find you and kill you.
Arian Larvalet laid down his sword. Well, well.
Have you spoken to him?
Briefly. Just before they took him off to the torture chamber. The hard luck of a traitor. Continue.
Vernon Roach is, as the journal implied, strongly loyal to the nation of Temeria. A nationalist, you could call him. Let's see what ultimately happened to the dragon who split up at the monastery. That one is the top one, but that one is below. Now I'm getting confused by this because I'm a simple man. So, I'm really noticing that this game is going all out on the action and drawing you in the beginning. Because, well, you know, newcomers to the series will be drawn in by the high intensity of the action. And sure, the first game opened up intense too, but it had a different feel to it. It was more, okay, this is going on, and it matters to you, to your character personally. Sure, we're in jail, that matters to Geralt. The other stuff, it's a mess. Not the... because of, you know, us being, you know, not plotline wise or anything, just for Geralt it's a mess. And am I really just absolutely silly here? Barricade. Because I don't want to accidentally do this the wrong way. Siege tower, group of defenders. This here is... I'm looking this up because it's at the fort. Choose the assault with... Oh, yeah. Okay. I want to have the... to order of the events. And I'll let steps 1 to 4. Okay. Okay, so I am overthinking this, and let's see. So in chronological order, yeah. It's funny that they'd have that. Probably because it has to do with stuff with Arian and him being alive or not. I find it silly that they include it here, and you know, I'm of course just the big brain man, so I get confused by this. In any case.
While I remember what happened to the dragon.
It destroyed half the castle. killed hordes of soldiers and flew off.
Where?
In the general direction of Edda.
To think it almost killed us all.
Yeah.
Arian Lavalette has surrendered the castle. Open up!
And the Baron lives?
Yes, he lives. I'm not spiteful. Open this gate, kneel before your king, and I shall show you mercy.
Looks like we're stuck.
Indeed, and my magic's no good here. The main force down in those boats is going to feed us to town.
Want to head back to the tent? The camp will be nice and empty now. I've had enough for today.
Tempting. Look, the King's Special Forces.
We want to see him!
You doubt my words, dog. Open the gate now!
Sire,
Vernon Roach. Tell me, Roach.
there's fighting in the town. A section of our forces crossed the river in fishing boats and swarmed the streets, burning, raping, pillaging. The Lavalettes are making a stand near the temple.
What of the Baroness?
Alive and safely tucked away.
Unsoiled, I hope.
As you ordered, sire. She's fine. And beautiful as ever. The children were not with her.
But you know where they are.
In the monastery. But we've yet to penetrate that area.
Cross, quickly!
Protect the king!
Dragon! Take cover! To the hoardings!
Let's quickly Wait a second. Okay. Seems like the armor upgrade we put into our thing disappeared. Okay.
Protect the king! Run for the hoarding! Get my legs for a heavy crossbow right now!
It's a dragon! I can't believe it!
Marigold, stop admiring it and do something!
It's not that simple!
Before the brute turns
Set
my
ourselves
army to
fire.
cinder!
Witcher, how do you fight something like that? Dragon! Take cover! To the hoardings!
Professional you are.
We've got to get to the town. We might stand a chance.
They're at the gate! At them!
You want me to go over and tell him?
Back up! I'll open the gate!
That was loud.
Quickly!
Just Marigold is ever as ambitious and political.
Quick!
It's always been.
Go! I'll manage!
Triss!
The bridge is burning! Quickly, this way!
Quickly, and they're just. As I've seen before, this game is fun with quick time events. We had some now. Apparently not.
Plowing dragon nearly reversed the course of the battle.
The fighting should have scared it off.
Forget the dragon. I need to hear how this story ends.
Van and Roger mentioned that his people, the troops, were raping and pillaging throughout the streets. He's talking about all the soldiers in general, or the special forces. Neither of which are entirely good, but of course, Middle Ages, so that kind of stuff went on. But it is not okay to rape. and even back then, even though it happened, I'm fairly certain that going by morals and so on, especially in this fictional world that also has modern values, it's a bad thing.
You were at my side almost all the time after the bridge collapsed.
Almost. Tell me how you got into the monastery courtyard.
Ha! And they said we couldn't get near the walls. Half a day and the town is taken.
Report! Fighting for the castle continues, and a group of rebels have barricaded themselves inside the monastery.
What of my children?
Likely in the church as well, sire. Fen took a priest to task. Finally mumbled something about a passage neath the walls.
It would take a week to get a battering ram in here.
Axes, sire.
That will also take time. But what other course do we have? This priest. What of him? What of this passage?
I fainted before I could really get going on him. He's under guard below.
You've some work to do, Commander.
Yes, sire. Silas, you look to this door. Fen, come with me.
Witcher.
Your Grace.
I've a mission for you, one suited to your abilities. Vernon can be persuasive, but he's also hot-tempered, at times losing both his self-control and his subject. You must try to find this other passage on your own. Succeed, and you'll be the envy of all Vizima.
Soldiers loyal to the Lavalettes would never harm the Baroness's children.
I shall be reassured as to that when I see them, not before. We must act quickly. The rebels are dispersed, in disarray. As dim-witted as they are, I fear they could conclude the children would make good hostages.
No reason to mention him and waiting for him because... whatever. Let's just do it anyway for the sake of it, to hear the dialogue.
Maybe Roach will get something out of this priest. It's a relatively large town. I could use a hint.
I'm counting on him. But time is of the essence. Please explore the area. We seek a tunnel or something similar. Beware of traps. They may have planted some. You're best suited to this. My men lack your skills.
All right, I'll go.
I'm relying on you, Witcher.
Where are those axes? Move your...
So we're also getting some information that these special forces employ advanced interrogation, also known as torture. So they're not entirely good people. And that Vernon Roach fellow is also mentioned by full test of being hot-tempered to the point of killing the people he's interrogating. That's usually not the sign of a good man, but maybe he turns out to have a heart of gold or something. Again, he is a military man, so it's expected that he's a bit weird, I suppose. Don't shoot me.